Well, it's Mr. Truck, and today's review is trailer batteries. It's something I worry about a lot. I've got 5 test trailers, and that means I've got 6 batteries. Not all my smaller trailers don't have brakes, so I don't have batteries for them, but I go through a lot of batteries. I used to, and I figured all this stuff out, and I'll show you how I do each trailer. Well, at least 3 of them. This one here is a solar panel here, and I've upgraded to a 7 watt. For a long time I used a 5 watt, and I'll show you that on my toy hauler. But that's the problem with batteries. If you're not using them every day or charging them up, you know, things happen to them. They break down, the sulfates, you know, fall off into the acid wash, and you've got to be able to rejuvenate them. So you want to get a solar panel. If you're going to get a solar panel, get one that rejuvenates things, that actually improves your battery. It makes it last longer. I've got some that are 5 years old, and I don't use those trailers since the pandemic, so I know the last almost 3 years they haven't even been used, and batteries are working fine. But it's a big difference with solar panels, and my old one's a 5 watt, and I'm going now to a 7 watt. But that's what they do. Your battery plates naturally get the chemicals and the battery acid discharge constantly where they crystallize and coat the lead plates. Then the more they're coated, the worse they hold battery charge. And so what I used in the past on my other one is called the solar pulse. And it actually pulses in the battery to knock those sulfates off your lead plates. Now I've got 2 trailers with lithium ion batteries. So I'm really learning about them, and I couldn't find necessarily a good solar panel to charge those that I could afford. So I'm going to see what this does. If it doesn't work, I'll have to go spend the bucks, because I really like the solar panel idea. I've got mine on my toolboxes and on the face of the RV, the toy hauler, and they work really well. I mean, 5 watts worked for years, and now I'm getting a little more power to them. But I'll show you those connections, and we'll talk about that. But that's the whole thing, is you want to get a system which is built into your better solar panels that will actually revitalize your battery, keep them running well, because they'll naturally deteriorate over time. And RV batteries have been a big thing, and they're great. They'll last longer, but if you decharge them all the way by not using a trailer, you're really hard to bring them back to life. There's a few things you can do, but it's not easy. So a lot of times, you know, batteries just sitting, it's not good. So if you do set for long periods of time, like mine have because of the pandemic, you'll want to take those batteries out. Don't lay them on concrete, because that'll suck the juice out of them. Put them on some wood boards, and when you're ready to use them, and then put them back in there. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I did with mine, and it seems to work really well.
Don't go away, MrTruck.tv. We'll be right back.
So here's my new solar panel. It's 7 watt. I just put it on my toolbox. It gets all kinds of sun right there. And of course, it reflects off my guard here, and so I get plenty of charge there. Now, this is one of my lithium batteries. I know, it looks like a rat's nest, doesn't it? I do that on purpose. All those different wires, I used to run them all through one loom, and then a ground would get rubbed on or something would happen, and then thoom, they all catch on fire. Then you got wires you don't know where they came from. So I got into where I do this rat's nest. I just do several cables, and it looks terrible, but it works. I don't have to work on them as often. But anyway, you can do them different ways, but that's the way it works for me, because I'm on the cheap side. But yeah, it's lithium ion. They're really cool. I've talked about them before. They don't charge under 20 degrees, but they'll hold a charge forever. And they're very powerful, and they don't, you know, they don't corrode the posts. They have several kinds of posts. I mean, this one here actually screws into the stud. Then I've got another one going on the post. But yeah, you know, on this trailer, I've got cables, I've got winches, I've got tire pressure monitoring systems, I've got power jacks. So I need a lot of battery power on this trailer that I haul all my vehicles on. It's my tilt trailer. Now this is my old one. I mean old. This thing is probably 5-6 years old. And it's a 5 watt. I just put it on the face of my toy hauler, and then it goes to these 2 6 volts. I used to use the 24 volt deep cycle, but these 2 6-volt, instead of being RV deep cycle, these are like golf cart batteries. And these are several years old, and they've never failed me. And it seems to have more reserve power by going with 2 6s instead of 1 12. And I use a solar panel. It keeps them charged all winter. If you can see it in there, that little box. Usually it's flashing. It's got a red light in it. It flashes, but there's no sun hitting it now. And the sun hits the front of this trailer, it'll start working again. And that usually is all I need. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to have it on the roof, but I don't need it on the roof. And as I park this, the sun will hit it, and that has worked for years and years. I don't know, 5, 6 years. And you know, toy haulers, they got power jacks, power everything, refrigerators, air conditioning, stoves. It takes a lot of juice to keep these running. I do have a generator on there. It's over here behind the batteries, and it helps when I'm using the air conditioner and the microwave. But yeah, you gotta be cozy when you're out camping. Well, this is my favorite trailer. It's 16 feet long, 8 feet wide, and the sides drop down. It's a 3-way tailgate. It's got a power jack to put a diverter on it. So my hydraulic pump runs the jack or runs the dump. My favorite trailer. I can do anything with this. All big stuff and dump stuff. Hold all my rock in. And then here, that's where my batteries are. This one stays out of the weather. This is another lithium ion I got from Transwest. I think they're called Lion ion, but even the tops curl up. But they got a cool little light here. It tells you that's 60% charge. I don't know if you can see that or not. There it is, 60%. That's what the other one was for setting still. And it's got a dumper and all that neat stuff. And there, let's see, there's the diverter valve right there. You can probably see it under the hoses. That's how I switch power between jack and dumper. Then over here, I did this install, and I'll click to, so you can look at that video if you want to, some red arc. And this is a BCDC 1212. And it actually takes the power from your blue wire off your truck, and that's your charging wire, and it amplifies that. And on a dump trailer, you know, these things usually go all day long and dump and dump and dump and dump, but that takes a lot of juice. And so you need more help on this. I mean, it's also got a charger, so at night you can plug it in and charge it up. So, but you don't want to keep going home and charging up. You want to be able to keep going. So with this red arc AC/DC right there, and it's got lights on it, shows you how charged up it is and what it's doing. And Transwest installed that for me, but that will keep this dumping all day long. I've never ran out of juice with this, no matter how many loads of dump I was doing out of my favorite dump trailer. And it happens to be an iron bowl. Got that from Jayhawk Trailers. But man, I've got power jacks on almost everything that needs it that's big enough. Because I'm getting old and I don't need to jack all day long. Of course, I've also now have the quick cranker, which I can put on my hand drill and run all these jacks, side jacks, top jacks. So that's my new solution to the problem. It's a quick cranker. I'll link to that video too. But that's how I control my batteries. And it's, you know, I've already got tires to worry about. And I don't really want to worry about batteries all the time too. So with all these trailers, it takes an effort, and I'm lazy and I want to do it easily and automatically possible. So that's how I do it. Solar panels and the red arc BCDC 1212T from Australia. They're neighbors. So yeah, so hopefully some of this will help you in your battery management on your trailers. Because, you know, like I say, I've got 6 of them, and then I use a lot more. I borrow some new horse trailers from Transwest. So you don't want these things failing you, especially when they got power jacks hooked to them, because I don't want to crank again. You know, it's a good thing to do. And then of course the drill that I use on my quick cranker, it's a lithium ion, so it lasts forever and ever too. So I'm big on that. If you can afford it. These have lifetime warranties, but they're not cheap. But basically, I'm a commercial operator. I need all the power And, it works. So thanks for watching. I hope you can subscribe and tell your friends about it if you like the video. If not, just kind of grumble to yourself. But anyway, we'll see you next time. Maybe have a truck review or do some more accessories. We're kind of between years on trucks. The 22s are gone. The 23s are not quite out yet. So I'm going to catch up on my accessories. I've gotten behind. A lot of benefits in telling your friends to watch the MrTruck.tv with Mr. Truck and Izzy. Hey, Izzy's happy. Hi, it's Kent with MrTruck.com. Another review, a product review for trucks. And this time it's Roadmaster active suspension. Now, I've heard about this for years and years and years. All my friends have them, they all bragged about them. But I didn't understand how you could put a half a spring on half of a leaf and how that would work. But now I know how it works against the shackle, the hinge of your leaf spring, and how that tightens it up and controls the leaf, which is what. So it's kind of like an anti-sway bar. It does a lot of things to control the motion back there. And you don't want a whole lot of motion back there, especially with an empty truck. Where you're on a loaded truck, you want to control that, but an empty truck is really squirrely. You need a lot of control there. You just saw the Roadmaster controlling the factory leaf spring. And that's what it does. It controls it during a wheel hop when the axle's trying to bounce and then go sideways on you. Controls the axle wrap, which is the drive shaft, universal joints, and the pinion, all torquing too much angle because of the leaf springs turn into like a big S. It actually bends the factory leaf springs going through axle wrap, and just shows you just how easy it is to install. It's very quick installation. I think I did it in 30 minutes. And then in here it shows, where I installed it. You install it to the eye in the front. The part goes underneath the leaf springs, and then this part cups back over by the shackle, the hinge.